The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long, eerie shadows across Olive Dell Ranch. The golden hues of the setting sun slowly gave way to the deep purples and blues of twilight, painting the sky in a mesmerizing gradient. The air, usually alive with the sounds of crickets and cicadas, was strangely still. It was as if nature itself was holding its breath, waiting for something to happen, something that would shatter the peace of this quiet evening. A lone coyote howled in the distance, its mournful cry a haunting melody in the approaching darkness. The sound echoed through the hills, a chilling reminder of the wildness that lay just beyond the ranch's borders. This was a night like any other, or so it seemed, in the quiet, rural community. Families were settling in for the night, lights flickering in the windows of cozy homes, unaware of the impending doom that loomed over them. But something was different, a subtle shift in the atmosphere, a premonition of the horror that was about to unfold. The stars seemed dimmer, the moon's light weaker, as if the very heavens were conspiring to hide what was to come. The ranch, usually a picture of serenity, now seemed to hold its breath, the silence heavy with unspoken dread. The familiar sounds of the night were absent, replaced by an oppressive quiet that pressed down on everything. The scent of pine and dry earth, usually comforting, now carried a metallic tang barely perceptible yet impossible to ignore. It was a scent that hinted at blood and fear, a scent that set the animals on edge and made the hairs on the back of one's neck stand up. This was the night that evil came to Olive Dell Ranch, casting a dark stain on its tranquility, a night that would forever be etched in the memories of its residents. The events that would unfold would change the lives of everyone in this small community, leaving scars that would never fully heal. The darkness that descended on Olive Dell Ranch was not just a physical one, but a shadow that would linger in the hearts and minds of those who lived through it, a reminder of the fragility of peace and the ever-present possibility of terror. Daniel and Stephanie Menard were the heart of Olive Dell Ranch. Their presence was felt in every corner of the land, from the sprawling fields to the cozy farmhouse they called home. Their laughter echoed across the fields, a melody that brought joy to everyone who heard it. It was a sound that symbolized the happiness and harmony they had cultivated over the years. Their kindness was a beacon to all who knew them. Whether it was lending a helping hand to a neighbor or sharing a meal with friends, Daniel and Stephanie's generosity knew no bounds. Daniel, with his calloused hands and gentle smile, was a man of the land. His days were spent tending to his crops with unwavering dedication, each plant a testament to his hard work and love for the earth. Stephanie, her eyes sparkling with warmth and intelligence, was the community's anchor. Her heart was as big as the Texas sky, always open and welcoming to those in need. They were the couple everyone admired, their love a source of strength and inspiration. Their bond was unbreakable, a shining example of what true partnership looked like. They were living their dream, a simple life filled with love, laughter, and the comforting rhythm of nature. Every day was a new adventure, a chance to grow closer and cherish the beauty around them. They were oblivious to the darkness that lurked just beyond their peaceful haven, a darkness that threatened to shatter their idyllic world. The storm clouds gathering on the horizon were a stark contrast to the serenity they had worked so hard to build. Their neighbor, Michael Royce Sparks, was an enigma, a solitary figure he kept to himself, his past a mystery. His piercing blue eyes, often hidden behind a curtain of unkempt hair, seemed to hold a lifetime of unspoken stories, some chapters perhaps best left unread. He was a man of few words, his presence often accompanied by an unsettling silence. There was a tension that clung to him, a darkness that whispered beneath the surface. Whispers of strange occurrences and unsettling incidents followed him like a shadow. The day dawned bright and clear, the sun painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson. It was a day like any other, filled with chores and laughter, the promise of a shared meal as the sun dipped below the horizon. But fate, it seemed, had other plans, a cruel twist of events waiting to unfold. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the ranch, a chilling silence fell over the Menard house. The sounds of laughter and conversation, once so familiar, were replaced by an eerie quiet. It was a silence that spoke volumes, a silence that hinted at the unspeakable horror that had unfolded within the walls of the once happy home. Silence, then sirens, the aftermath. The first sign that something was amiss was the eerie silence that had fallen over the Menard residence. The usual sounds of life, laughter, music, the murmur of conversation had vanished, replaced by an unsettling quiet. Concern turned to alarm as the hours ticked by, the silence growing heavier with each passing moment. Then came the sirens, piercing the stillness of the night, their wail a chilling confirmation of everyone's worst fears. The news spread like wildfire through the community, a double homicide at the Menard residence. The idyllic peace of Olive Dell Ranch had been shattered, replaced by a wave of shock and disbelief. In the shadow of tragedy, the arrest of Michael Sparks. Suspicion immediately fell upon Michael Royce Sparks. His history of strange behavior, coupled with his proximity to the crime scene, made him a person of interest. The investigation was swift and thorough, the evidence painting a grim picture of what had transpired on that fateful day. The arrest sent shockwaves through the community. The man they had known, the man who had shared their lives, albeit from a distance, was now accused of a heinous crime. The weight of the accusations hung heavy in the air, a stark reminder that darkness can lurk in the most unexpected places. Whispers in the wind, community reactions and reflections. The murders of Daniel and Stephanie Menard sent shockwaves through the small, tight-knit community of Olive Dell Ranch. Neighbors who had shared laughter and meals were now united in grief, their sense of peace shattered by the brutal act. Whispers of disbelief and fear filled the air as the community grappled with the unimaginable. How could this happen here in their peaceful haven? Was anyone truly safe? The tragedy forced them to confront their own vulnerability, to acknowledge the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most idyllic communities. The tragedy at Olive Dell Ranch served as a stark reminder of the fragility of peace, the ever-present potential for darkness to encroach upon even the most idyllic settings. The community, once a sanctuary of tranquility, was now grappling with a heightened sense of vulnerability, their trust shaken to its core. The murders forced them to confront uncomfortable questions about safety and security. Could they ever truly feel safe again? The tragedy left an indelible mark on the community, a constant reminder that evil can lurk in the shadows, waiting for an opportunity to strike. The tragic events at Olive Dell Ranch also ignited conversations about mental health, highlighting the often overlooked connection between mental well-being and violence. While the investigation focused on the events leading up to the murders, it also shed light on the importance of recognizing and addressing mental health issues within communities. The whispers about Michael Sparks' past, his withdrawn nature and unsettling behavior, took on new significance. They served as a painful reminder that mental health issues can manifest in unpredictable ways, sometimes with devastating consequences. The wheels of justice turned slowly, but they turned relentlessly. The evidence against Michael Royce Sparks was overwhelming, a chilling testament to the brutality of his crimes. The trial was a harrowing ordeal for the families of the victims, a painful reminder of their loss, but it was also a necessary step towards closure. The jury's verdict, delivered after days of deliberation, was guilty on all counts. Justice had been served, but the scars of that tragic day would forever remain etched in the hearts of those who had loved Daniel and Stephanie Menard. The sun still sets over Olive Dell Ranch, casting its golden glow on the fields, painting the landscape in hues of gold and amber. The beauty of the sunset is a daily reminder of the passage of time, a constant in a world that has seen so much change. And Meadows. Life goes on, but it does so under a shadow, the memory of that tragic day forever etched in the landscape. The fields whisper stories of the past, and the meadows hold the echoes of laughter that once filled the air. The laughter may return, but it will always be tinged with a hint of sadness, a reminder of the lives cut short, the dreams unfulfilled. The children play, but their games are quieter, their joy more subdued, as if they too understand the weight of the past, the innocence lost. Olive Dell Ranch stands as a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, a place where history and memory intertwine. The buildings and fields, once bustling with activity, now stand as silent witnesses to the resilience of those who remain, the resilience of a community bound together by shared grief and a determination to honor the memory of those they have lost. They gather not just to mourn, but to celebrate the lives that were, to find strength in each other, and to keep the flame of remembrance alive. The scars may remain, but so too does the love, the memories of happier times, and the lessons learned from the past. Each scar tells a story, each memory a chapter in the ongoing narrative of Olive Dell Ranch, the compassion and the unwavering belief in the power of hope to heal even the deepest wounds. As the community plants new trees, they plant seeds of hope, nurturing a future where the past is honored and the wounds of yesterday are healed by the love and unity of today.